In this video, I'm going to show you what Peterbilt Mike, aka Mike the Truck Nut, does for a living. So today, without further ado, we're going to do a walk around video of a brand new 2025 Peterbilt 567. If you're new to the channel, Mike the Truck Nut, used to be known as Peterbilt Mike. And you know what? I'm still Peterbilt Mike because I sell Peterbilts for a living. I know, it's crazy. I have project trucks and I sell trucks for a living. So, you know what? I thought, since we're coming off allocation, I can order you whatever you want. If you're in Canada, technically I can't sell into the US, but I wanted to show you guys what we're doing. And I got this truck and it's available and it's a beautiful day. So I said, you know what? Let's try something different here since I'm not working on, you know, Smoky right now. And I'll just do a walk around. So look at it. This is it. It's a 2025 Peterbilt 567. The 567 Peterbilt comes in two variations. You can get the setback axle, which is what this one is, or you can get a set forward axle. So, and in the setback, it actually has two hood styles. This one is a 121 bumper to back of cab, or if you get the MX engine, you can get the 118. And the 118, it's a little bit shorter because with a 13-liter engine, you don't need the big hood to hide your 15-liter Cummins in. So yeah, some things that are different now with the 567. We've got cowl-mounted mirrors. They're not door-mounted. One of the things that's kind of cool is these do fold in like that. So if you flop your truck on its side as it's going over, your mirror folds in. You might not wreck your door. Probably will, but you might not. But yeah, it's definitely, you know, the new trucks are getting more automotive looking. I don't think, I'm just trying to, let's pop her back. The good thing is they're not easy to twist. There we go. Yeah, the good thing is they have some rigidity, so that way you don't break the hinge. But anyways, big one-piece windshield. A lot of people in the north don't like that because it costs more money to change. But the one good thing is they're all the same on a PACCAR, so the price will be coming down. It's already come down quite a bit. And you know, we talk about this being a new model, but it's really not new. We've had the 5 Series cab since 2013. I sold the first 579 into British Columbia, and it was, yeah, like 11 years ago. So it's not new anymore. It's newer, the 359, but it's not brand new. Nice thing that they've got these little air dams, which actually pushes the air out and around so that when you have your window down, you don't get the yeah. But so that's nice because, you know, it's nice to have your window down. But you'll notice that now, new for this year, I've touched about it on my Instagram, we now have cab mounted exhaust. So we don't have the annoying squeaky pin up there. There's a bellows in here. You can kind of see it for a flex pipe. The bottom elbow is solid mounted. The cool thing about this is very much, you know, like my 359. And you know, when I need to get pipes for my 359, I wonder if I couldn't just, you know, get something like this or borrow from 589 or 359, because now there's a 589 to replace a 359, 389, no, 359. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about, guys. So got the baggage compartment on the passenger side, very important, 120 gallon fuel tank. This one does have a insert, I believe it's a full insert. We've got air track suspension on Meritor, I believe. Yep, Meritor rear diffs. You'll notice now the drive lines are non-greasable, which seems weird to have drive lines that you don't grease, but it's true. You don't have to grease them. You know, you have to change a U-joint in 3 to 5 years, but they actually have a pretty good extended warranty too. 24.5s on wide track. We went with the Michelin X-Works D. Not a great winter tire, but a really good summer tire. These things, the mileage, I've actually got these tires on low and slow and they're absolutely fantastic for like not rock drilling and wear. Like, you get a lot of mileage out of them is what I'm trying to say. Also with this truck, you'll note it's missing a fifth wheel. And you might say, Mike, why would you order a truck without a fifth wheel? Well, let me tell you. We have this thing nowadays that the EPA, the CTA, the governments, and all those people that sit in an office and think they know how to run trucking companies, they've mandated traction control. Well, where I come from, traction control just doesn't work in the bush, because when it says ying, you're trying to yang. So if I bring it in without a fifth wheel, I can avoid having to have traction control, because it's a truck. Could be anything. Could be a winch truck. You could put a low water tank on it. You could put a fuel tank. You could put a gravel box. I mean, it'd be a real short gravel box, but you could do it. So yeah, because of that, it doesn't have traction control. So that's why I did it. You know, this truck will probably get the frame tapered, add a fifth wheel to it, probably a cab guard. This one doesn't have the outside backup lights on it, but when you put a cab guard on it, you can't see past the cab guard anyways, so that's good. It does have the bunk heater, which is great. And look at how they tie up all the wires. You know, I think I would actually like to do something like this, you know, for my trucks, because I like how it's spaced out, because, you know, you can paint it. It's just, I like it. It's nice and neat. And the other cool thing is, that's an option, is zinc coating on your frame rails. So I order zinc coating on everything. And of course, being that I'm an old truck guy, I was dealing with rust jacking. So now that you can get zinc coated frame rails, the zinc will prevent corrosion. So when you do have a double frame or an insert, you won't have rust jacking. Another beauty with the 5 Series, well, actually pretty much all Peterbilts, look at how easy it is to open the hood. Yeah, and you don't have to worry about it slamming down, because it does have shocks. Of course, in this one, I've got the 565 X15 2050 torque, because in the north, we like our power. That's right, we like power. I'm sure you like power too. So we've also got the progressive rate 20,000 pound front springs. They're actually sprung at 16,000 pounds how it sits. And then the more weight you put on it, it's kind of like overloads. It sits down on those spring packs until it's sitting on both springs, and then that's a 23,000 pound rating. You've got an air filter behind this door. So the nice thing is, you know what, when you're in a dusty environment, as long as you keep your windows closed and, you know, all the rest of it, you just change that filter once a month, and keeps your cab cleaner. So what can I show you over here? Single air filter. A lot of guys don't like having outside air filters, and you know, I kind of agree. I like the look of an outside air filter, which is why we have the 589 with outside air cleaners. But the beauty is you only have one, and you know, there's a debate. If you have two and you replace them, you know, say once every 6 months, or say once a year, depending on where you're at, or if you have one and you replace it twice as much, you know, is it kind of the same thing? You know, the debate is there. There's our hood shocks. A little bit different now with our power steering reservoir, because you actually have a spin-on filter on it. On the old trucks, we actually have filters in them too, but it's inside the reservoir, and a lot of people don't know that, so you never change it, because you're like, I didn't know there was a filter there. But yeah, there's a filter in there. So if you've never changed your power steering filter, you might want to do that. Could help the longevity of your power steering pump. But this here is actually an airport. Compressed airport, not, you know, a plain airport, for hooking up air. The factory actually uses that to charge the truck up when it's moving down the line, to kick it out the door. I've got the Davco fuel water separator. Now, you can get the PACCAR one. Some people like the PACCAR one better. The Davco is a little bit more expensive of an option. I like it because it's the fuel's on the top side, so your bowl's on the top, whereas the PACCAR one, it's on the bottom. And you know, it's a preference thing. So for me, I like that. You know, it's just me. But you can get the PACCAR one too, and it's fine. Greasable front spring pins. You know, there's a debate on whether you're better to have no lube greasable front spring pins, no lube front spring pins versus greasable, because it'll last about the same amount of time, but you never have to grease them. So doing a lot more of the no lube stuff. I don't know. What are your thoughts, guys? Do you like to grease trucks? Do you prefer to have grease fittings on everything, or do you prefer to have stuff that is good for 5 years and then you replace it? Once again, we've got cab mounted exhaust, but this one is non-functioning. I know. You know, if you check out my 378, sorry, I don't have a 379 yet. My driver's side air breather is non-functioning, and this is non-functioning as well. So the pipe goes down around there and it ends. Still has a bellows. You kind of think that it could be hooked up, but it's not. So yeah, but you know, it'd be pretty easy to hook it up, because look, if you went straight down here, there's a pipe over there. You put a Y in, you could get dual exhaust on your 567. So, and you know what, it's chilly out here, so let's go in the cab and I'll show you what's in there. Oh hey, we got the hey, look at that, spotlight and cab mounted beacon lights. Now personally, I'm not a big fan of cab mounted beacon lights because they look a little dorky. I actually didn't order this truck, but I mean, what do you think? Do the cab mounted beacons look dorky? You know, am I splitting hairs? You can actually, there's an option to get them on the top of the sleeper, on the back top of the sleeper, and I like that better. Plus, it's easier to see them from behind, and some jurisdictions, like in Alberta, you have to be able to see your beacon lights from the rear of the truck. Not from your rear. Yeah, so anyways, painted visor, chrome mirror caps, which is nice. You know, it's plastic chrome, but it's chrome. Chrome is chrome, man. You can get actually chrome bezels for around there. This truck doesn't have that. Be nice if it did, but it doesn't. Platinum interior. Now, this is the truck as she arrived, so she's got all the plastic on the seats. It smells good in here. There's nothing quite as good as a smell of a new interior. I'm just gonna fire this bad boy up because my hands are getting cold. I know. Whew, you guys are thinking, Mike, you're tough, but you're not that tough. So one thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna move it ahead, because the sun's like right in my eyes. You know, it's winter time, the sun's low in the sky. It's gonna make it hard for you guys to see stuff. They make me hard to see stuff too. Does that make any sense? Is that good grammar? No. Just don't run into this trailer, Mike. It's interesting. It's telling me my doors are open. I'm pretty sure my doors are not open. Alrighty, I'm just gonna stop right here. Let her idle up and get some heat in the cab. So with this one, I opted to not do the smart nav. On a vocational truck, we don't need to know where we're going. You kind of know where you're going. And the problem with the smart nav and the navigation in the smart nav is you can't change it while you're driving. And if you can't change it while you're driving, what's the point in having a navigation? Because, you know, when guys are driving the truck, you don't have time to stop, put in your destination, edit. So yeah, I kind of prefer not to have a smart nav. So, I mean, they look cool. That's, you know, but I like the gauges. Unfortunately, you can only have 6, but 6 physical gauges. Still have Bluetooth, satellite radio, and in here with the new digital dash, you've got all your extra gauges there. So I just scroll with this knob and it changes the views. So you can have it simple where you only have like your tach and your speedo. Your speedo is digital. And this is actually kind of cool because it's got kilometers and miles an hour. You know, so if you're an American bringing a truck up, you got your miles per hour, and then you come into Canada, you can tell how kilometers you're going. You know, how many kilometers an hour you're going. So you scroll up next, you get your first 2 main ones. You got and these are adjustable too. So you can move them around depending on which is your primary, like what you think is most important for gauges. We've got our fuel level and our def level. Well, actually, it's our fuel level and def level. Now, if you get 2 fuel level gauges, this will be fuel, this will be fuel, and then there'll be a def gauge there. But if I scroll the ball, oh, that was back. See, now this is interesting. If I scroll it back all the way, the coolant gauge is lit up because the truck is cold right now. So a gauge that has, you know, like a warning or something that the truck thinks you should know, like the fact that the truck is cold, or if it was too hot or whatever, or if it was low on air, that gauge would light up when you have it on the simple screen. So, because it wants you to know what's going on. So now we can go to this, where we can set up our favorites and actually put gauges in all of these ones here. So if I back out one screen, we go to our regular ones. We've got brake application, air restriction, fuel restriction, oil temp, torque, boost. And if you want to change those, we can scroll in here, go down to select your own gauges, and if I press the button, I can go here. I can change that to air restriction. I can go add, save and edit. And anyways, I could do a whole video on that, and I probably should, but we'll see if you guys enjoy this video. I mean, it's been a while since I've done anything with new truck stuff, so it's kind of fun though. One day, I want to buy a new truck. I think it'd be cool to get a 579 actually and pimp it all out, but I know. It's the new stuff. You gotta embrace it. Here I've got the ABS off-road switch. Now, the ABS off-road switch, all it does is turn off your ABS. So it's got nothing to do with traction control. It's just whether or not, like, if it's slippery out and you got your Jake on, if your ABS kicks in, it cuts your Jake out. And like up here, usually what you want is you want your Jake to stay on. You'd actually like to be able to feather it yourself. So that's what I really like about the ABS off-road switch. On highway, it's great. Have your ABS on highway, all the rest of it. But when you're in the bush, coming out of the bush, you kinda don't want your ABS on, because when it kicks your Jake out, then all of a sudden you're like, woo, now we're freewheeling down the hill. So that's why I spec them with the ABS off-road switch. Couple of spare switches. We got 3 spares with power for accessories. This is your sleeper bunk light. So we got, whoa, LED lighting. Disable your regen or manual regen. If you're in a place where you don't want your truck to do a regen, like a wheat field, wheat fields plus regen makes fire. So anyways, that's a switch for it. Got your 5th wheel slide, inner axle, front diff lock, rear diff lock. Some people call them cross locks. I call them diff locks. Couple of blank holes, PTO switch, and suspension dump. We also got 2 USB ports down there, plus a cigarette lighter, plug, and 2 cup holders. The nice thing with these cup holders is they're solid mounts, so you don't have to worry about it rattling. Now your Jake switch is on the column, so your Jake is here. You can see it lights up on the dash. You have off, 1 position, 2 position, 3 positions, full Jake. Over here, manual fan switch. You can, if you get the digital fan, there's another name for it, but anyways, you can omit the fan switch if you don't want someone having an on-off fan switch, but I kind of like having a fan switch. So, and this is your spike, otherwise known as hand valve, but I can't, it applies your trailer brake. I can't call it a hand valve because, I mean, I guess I'm still using my hand. I call it a squishy valve because it's squishy, squishy. I know, it's just me. Over here, we've got pre-wire for your CB or VHF radio. The cool thing is this is kind of a universal mount, so you can loosen that, slide it back and forth. This is for a CB radio. The antenna is right there. I do the cowl mounted one because I'm supposed to have one. Like I can't order it without it with this option. So I'll just put it there so then a guy can take it off and it doesn't matter, because we don't run CBs in Canada. At least I don't, or most of my customers I don't think like in the bush and stuff. So up here we have the track for side curtains. The side curtains are not in right now. They're in a bag, so if a guy doesn't want to use the front curtains, you don't have to, but the front curtains are really nice to have course, we got our mirror. Hey guys, look, it's me, my GoPro. We've got a little tray here so you can set your pen and all that good stuff. This is your spotlight switch. Over on the passenger side, we have a workstation. Slide that out so you can sit in the passenger seat and do some work. Cup holder with thermos holder. Put plastic on the carpet. Now this is a 58-inch bunk, and I really like this for a work truck where you don't want a really big bunk, but you still want, you know, you don't want just a coffin sleeper like the 44. You know, the 44 is good because you still have a 36-inch wide mattress, but which I believe is the same size mattress as this. But the beauty of this one, you get the mattress, you got a microwave shelf. This one does have shore power, so it has an inverter. So you got your 120 plug there for your microwave. It's got the bunk heater, S-bar, your sleeper light, door lock, and of course heater. This here is to control your radio. So if you're laying in bed, you want to listen to the radio. It's also got the curtain, so you can put your curtain across if you don't want to do around the windows. This here, push to open. So you push it and then pull it open. Another little workstation to do your e-log. I don't think you'd really do your e-log on that, but it's, you could eat your dinner. Let's call it a table. A little table, but it's a table. 2 cup holders, which is handy. You've got a cover for your window, or you open it up. You've got a screen. That's real handy. I got a phone call coming in. I'll call Louis back. Sorry, Louis. I gotta, you know, we're doing a thing here. So, little storage underneath. Winter front's down there. Little shelf. Over here, we've got a cooler, fridge slash freezer, ice box. It's not really big, but it's there, and it's you know, it allows you to have some cooled beverages, you know, some veggies, some food, some. It's a fridge. It's just a little fridge though, which is real handy. Got another 12-volt outlet, and when I say 12-volt, I mean 120. So you could put a flat screen TV here, set up an iPad shelf, coat rack there with straps, so you can just keep all your coat and stuff like that out of the way. And you know what? You got lots of nice room to stand up. Beautiful looking dash and gauges. You got your shelf here. I actually ordered this one with your fire extinguisher loose. So, well, actually I didn't order this truck, but Matty ordered it. He ordered it with the fire extinguisher loose. That's an option I like to do too, because quite often when they put the fire extinguisher in the baggage compartment, they kind of put it right in the way. So it's kind of nice to move it off to the side. So yeah, that's cool. And it's nice that they got these, like, there is a ton of storage up here. Like with these elastic strap things, like you could probably put 4 big duffel bags there. So, you know, I love the Peterbilt logo on the back. It's just finishes things off nicely. But yeah, so this is what Mike the Truck Nut does for a living. I sell trucks, and now the 389 and the 367 gone. It's all about the 567 and the 589. So, and the seat has heat too, right there. I'm gonna turn it on because it's a little chilly. What is the temperature, you ask? It's 1 degree Celsius. So what is that in Fahrenheit? Well, let's just check. Go to settings, general. We'll go down to units, language, metric bar, standard. So it's 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Dark cabin off, digital. You know, it's kind of neat, all the things that you can do with these, but sometimes you gotta wonder, what is the future like? Are we gonna rebuild trucks like this? I think we will, but I think the kids that are gonna be doing it in the future are gonna be more techie, you know, more computery stuff. So, but turn the bunk light off, and anyways, that's it from me, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Just thought I'd show you a new 567 that just came in, and you know what? We're getting off allocation, and if you want to see more new trucks content, leave a comment down below, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one. And if you don't like it, leave a comment down below, and we'll just go back to working on trucks. Why is that light on? I don't know. Maybe I didn't close my door all the way. Let's see if that works. So yeah, it helps if you close the passenger door all the way. You know, these things are so airtight, you got to give it a little and it's cold, but yeah, close the doors and the dinger goes away. Novel idea, Mike. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Do it for Dale. We will see you later. You know, that's kind of copyright infringement, but you know, it's kind of got a good ring to it. No, I'm not going to do that. I'll pick my own. If you got it, trucker brought it. Nope. If you're not, I don't know what I'm talking about.